Welcome to Taking Action. I'm Chris Colombo. With me, as always, is Anthony Conover, who I consider probably the biggest Colts fans hater.
I am now. Can confirm. Can confirm.
Streaks end. However, streaks end. Everything ends badly. It doesn't end.
What's that saying? You'll live long. You're always a hero and live long enough to become the villain or something like that.
I've always been the villain, so I don't know.
Right,
I'd have to live an awful long time for me to become the hero. Okay.
That's what it is. Die a hero, live long enough to become a villain. Got it.
How do you feel about Loveland?
Colson Loveland?
Colson Loveland.
Not a fan of him either. In that,
I like his name.
I feel no love for him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's like Dr. Lovejoy at this point.
In that,
I don't think it was completely his fault. I think it was that.
No, it was the Bengals' fault because they don't know
how
to form tackle.
Yeah, but a good thing is, what's his name, Paulson. I'd liked the Bengals with me, and he switched to the Bears. That should have ended in a field goal we should have covered. But however, cash it for Paulson. It's a win. I like that he puts up his plays before. And so that's why
the interaction.
What?
The interaction.
Yeah, that's what I'd hoped this would be. There's nothing worse than a Monday morning quarterback. Either way. So, I invite interaction. I'd like to see it. I don't see everything. I'd like to see other points of view. And, it could broaden my horizons. You already hear what I have to say. Maybe you can help us. And I'd like to have you on and interact. That's what this is here about. Okay. Let's start out. Anthony, want to give us a quick recap of who covered, who didn't? Again, it's very important to set up your own set of line. And if you see how many lines are that far out, who says their lines are correct? I mean, if their lines are close, most of them would be close or ended in a push, except when it was all. Go ahead.
All right. Ravens get a win 28-6 against the Dolphins. They cover the 7-point spread. Bears win 47-42 against the Bengals. They cover the 2.5. 49ers get a 34-24 victory against the Giants. They cover the 2.5. Falcons at the Patriots. Patriots get a 24-23 victory. Patriots don't cover that 5-point spread there.
Who they play?
They were playing the Falcons.
Yes.
Patriots and the Falcons. The Colts at the Steelers. Steelers got the 27-20 victory. Obviously, the Colts do not cover that 3-point spread. Turn the ball over 6 times in a game.
And TJ Watt woke up.
Yeah. Remembered how to play football. They had 6 turnovers in the game. They had 4 on the entire season. 27 of the 24 of the 27 Steeler points were scored off of turnovers.
Colts becoming your Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. The Panthers at the Packers. Panthers got a 16-13 big upset victory here with that spread being 12.5. The Packers were favored.
An interesting thing with that is, I took the week off and I just threw in a parlay and pretty close, but not the point. Just to make it interesting, and I didn't expect tell anybody to bet it a normal unit, just to put a couple of hours on it, maybe get a unit or 2 back, but that's not the point. The point is I sat back and I told you I started liking the points. That happens to me, and I started liking them outright. You thought I was crazy. I am crazy, but I think the Panthers are a solid becoming a more solid organization.
Hey, they got the same record as the Chiefs.
Yeah, but they're building.
Yeah, no.
And they were one of the teams that we hit Money Dog Parlay last year. So I saw it, yes. Go ahead.
All right. No, never that. Vikings at the Lions. Vikings win 27-24. Upset in that one. Lions were favored 8.5. Broncos at the Texans. Broncos win 18-15. They cover that 1-point spread there. Chargers at the Titans. Chargers win 27-10. They cover the 10-point spread. Jags at the Raiders. Crazy. It went to overtime. They get a 30-29 victory. They do not cover the 3-point spread, though. Saints at the Rams. Rams win 34-10. They cover the 13.5. Chiefs at the Bills. That was the other half of our parlay. Bills get a 28-21 victory. Chiefs do not cover that 1.5-point spread. Seahawks at the Commanders after Sunday night football game. And the Seahawks covered that 3-point spread very well with a 38-14.
They've been pretty good against the spread.
Yeah, they've been pretty good all year, and they just traded for Jacoby Myers, another wide receiver to add.
I like
the Cardinals at the Cowboys was your Monday night football game, and the Cardinals, with a small upset there, win 27-17 against the Cowboys, who were a 3-point favorite. And then, today was the trade deadline. So I guess as we get into the games this week, I'll kind of fill in some of the gaps.
Okay, let's go. Thursday night game is the Raiders at the Broncos. Broncos 9.5, dropped to 9, 42.5, went to 48.5. I like the under in that game. I really don't see those kind of points.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of high for what I would think.
Yeah, it's a division game also.
Yep.
However, Raiders do play better on prime time.
And they traded, like I said, they were the team Jacoby Myers was coming from, so they trade him away to the Seahawks. So lose a piece on offense.
So, and the Broncos have a good defense, and the Raiders are struggling, but
put up 29 against the Jags, but definitely not an offensive powerhouse, I'll say that.
Well, I don't think the Broncos are either. No. One or two games, they put up some points. So I like the under in that game. Okay. Let's go to the Berlin game. Okay, Anthony, we got the Falcons at the Colts. The Colts was open to 6.5, dropped to 5.5. The total's 48.5. I don't know how to
handicap Berlin.
Berlin. I don't know. Maybe you should go with the Falcons. They got the best colors, the closest to the German flag.
As long as it's not the Colts.
Oh, you don't like them anymore?
Not anymore. Twice this year.
Yeah. It happened. This is an interesting situation. The Browns at the Jets. Jets opened 1.5, went to 2, and it went to 2.5 Browns. You tell them why, Anthony?
That would be because they traded away, I would probably say, their two best players in Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. Obviously, Sauce Gardner being their number one corner, then Quinnen Williams being great on that defensive line. Quinnen Williams gets sent over to the Cowboys. Sauce Gardner gets sent over to the Colts. Got draft picks back. Of course, the Jets are going to need that to build. They're a struggling team. They're 1-7 for a reason. They have a lot of holes to fill. But yeah, I would say they're top 2 players, if not, 2 out of 3 top players get traded away at the trade deadline.
Well, 37 is a very low total.
Yeah. Especially in today's world.
Well, I've seen where some of the top players have gotten traded on a very bad team. I think the Jets constitute a bad team. 1-7?
Yeah, I would say so.
I could see that game going over. And, I mean, I know they're pushing it towards the Browns. It was everybody they traded. But I've seen that happen where maybe sometimes those players weren't happy they got traded. And somebody steps up and they want their 15 minutes in the sun. Got to remember people fighting for their jobs now, coaching. And if players like certain coaches, they'll play better for them to keep them there. If they don't, they won't. I see some regular things, but, just a hunch, but I think the over could go there. Because I think that both defenses are decimated.
Browns defense, of course, Myles Garrett is still there. So he will be a wrecking ball, but when you trade 2 of your best defensive players away, of course, the defense is going to get worse. So it'll be interesting to see.
I mean, you could just march up and down the field on them. Okay, let's go to Saints and Panthers. That's a division game. Saints are pretty bad, right?
Yeah, the Saints are definitely not what you would consider a good team. Panthers
went from 3.5 to 5.5. The total went 40.5 to 40. No big surprises there. I don't like to lay 5.5, even though I do like the Panthers organization. I think they're going to be a better team in the future. But I really have no strong opinion. Okay, the Bills at Dolphins. Bills went from 8.5 to 9.5. That's a division game. I think the Bills played the Dolphins pretty good.
Yeah, I do want to correct myself. I was wrong. Jacoby Myers got traded to the Jaguars, not the Seahawks. Rashid Shaheed is the one that got traded to the Seahawks from the Saints.
It confuses me too. But then again, I call Aaron Rodgers Mr. Rodgers and Josh Allen, Steve Allen. So. But which will make the Seahawks strong.
Yes.
And they're a strong team, and they're pretty deep now.
Rashid Shaheed might be...
Where did that quarterback come from?
That would be Mr. Sam Darnold.
I don't know how they traded him.
Yeah, no, that was... It's an interesting one.
He had 16 wins on the season.
Yeah, 14. I think they went 14-2.
14-2, and then playoffs. I don't know. All right. Well, I think they'd like to get him back.
Probably.
I don't know. That was ridiculous. Jaguars division game at the Texans. Texans opened 3, went to 1, is now 1.5. 41.5 to 38. Do you have an explanation when that dropped to 2.5, 3.5
CJ
points?
Stroud with a concussion this week, so he's in concussion protocol. Not sure if he will be available for this game. So that would mean the Texans have to go with Davis Mills, I believe their backup is.
Ravens minus 3.5 went to 4, is now 4.5 at Vikings, 46.5 to 48. They're expecting scoring. I mean, the Vikings are still an okay team.
Yeah.
And then they're not a bad team, but I think they would be a lot better if they had Donald back. But let's not talk about that. But the Ravens are seeming to get healthy.
Yeah, their defense
play good ball again.
Their defense, which was decimated earlier in the year, has gotten a lot of people back. Lamar's back.
Yeah, I don't like to go against home team underdog. But, I could see the Vikings losing the covering. I could see it. Okay, Patriots and Buccaneers. Patriots open 1.5, went to 2.5, 48.5 is the total.
Bucks wanted.
Buccaneers went 1.5 to 2.5. I apologize. I like the dog in that game. I like the Patriots. Patriots have taken a lot of heat that they have really not played good teams. I think they only played teams the whole schedule. They have an easy schedule. But they beat the two good teams.
Bills and the Falcons.
Yeah. The Bills are a very good team, and I think the Falcons are, no.
I believe the Falcons have their 4th ranked defense.
Yes.
So
the Bucks are strong at home, but Patriots taking the 2.5. I think that they're a very good team, and they can't help that they had an easy schedule. But I've said early on that I like the Patriots. I like the 2.5. How do you feel about it?
They're playing well. Drake May's been playing well. And I guess the big thing, Patriots have still not allowed a 50-yard runner. So their rush defense has been A1, and they have 2 good corners in Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis.
Christian Gonzalez is good. Okay, Giants, Bears. Bears open 3, went to 3.5, 48.5. The total stayed there. I stay away from the Giants this time. I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't care. Okay, another division game. Cardinals and Seahawks. Seahawks opened 6, went to 7, back down to 6.5, 44.5 to 45.5. A little bit of fluctuation in the total. I wouldn't lay 7 with the Seahawks, but they have the capability to beat the Cardinals by much more. But let's see what happens. I don't have a strong opinion on that game. Lions open 3 at Commanders, went to 9, is now at 8.5. 51.5 to 49.5. How do you feel about that game, man? Because
Jaden Daniels in the 4th quarter on Sunday night, even though can you believe they were down 31 points? Why do you still have your starters in?
I got to tell you the truth. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. We've seen some real good comebacks. But
there was 8 minutes left in the game, and he got sacked and dislocated his elbow. I guess Jaden Daniels kind of avoided the major injuries of it, but it was.
And they were banging them up.
Yeah, no, he was running for his life the entire game.
Yeah.
And then he took that last one, and
he's been banged up for the season.
Yeah, he missed some time with the knee.
Yeah.
So,
I would have, I would have told him to take a rest.
You would think.
Not good for a quarterback's confidence to be chased around either.
Like I said, down 31. I guess at the start of the 4th quarter, you leave him in. A miracle, like you said, but there was 8 minutes left, and he just,
Rams at 49ers. 4:00 game, 48.5, went to 49.5. Rams opened 2.5, went to 3.5. That's a division game. That's a rivalry. They're not traveling far, so home field is just, I think they'll have equal amount of fans.
No, that'll be a 49er home game. The 49ers, actually, it is a 49er home game in general, but they take over wherever they go, especially when they play the Rams when it's in LA. But
I like home team underdog on a thing. I always do. I would lean towards the 49ers. It would not be a serious bet, but I would lean towards it. Okay. Steelers at the Chargers. Chargers open 3.5, went to 3. That's your Sunday night game. That's prime time. I like the Chargers in that game.
I do believe they lost their left tackle, Joe Alt.
The Chargers?
Yeah. Might be for the season. I think it is for the season. No, offense.
Okay.
Their left tackle.
How's their replacement?
I mean, Joe Alt's been unbelievable. He's a rookie this year, but he has been great. So definitely won't be playing up to his level. So that'll be something to watch.
But he's a good player, right?
I would be lying if I knew the skill level of the Chargers backup tackle, to be honest with you.
Left tackle.
Left tackle.
I still like the Chargers. Okay, Monday Night Football. Eagles at Packers. Packers open 3, went to 2.5, 45.5, dropped to 44.5. I don't have much faith in the Packers.
They are a very strange team.
Yes.
Let me tell you that. You lose to the Browns outright. You lose to the Panthers outright, but you beat the Lions in week 1. They beat somebody. I mean, they tie with the Cowboys. They're all up and down.
I know people like to bet Monday Night Football, but you gotta like the Eagles in that game.
Coming off of a bye too.
Yes.
Should have A.J. Brown back. He was out with an injury for the last maybe game or 2, but should have him back. We're nice and rested up, so you would expect the Eagles to come out firing.
It's okay. That's can't believe it's week 10 already.
No, it's kind of disgusting.
It's flying by the time. I don't think it's been some really good and interesting games, but overall, I think it's a letdown for the season.
Yeah, there's definitely been some good games. I mean, I know it ended badly for us, but that Bears and Bengals game last week was very good. Was very interesting to watch. Bengals were down 15 in the 4th at the onside kick, and then obviously the Bears did what they did. Bengals and Steelers on that Thursday night. That was a great game. So definitely some interesting games, but hasn't been weird. I feel like there's usually more storylines by now, and there hasn't really been too many.
I got to tell you, with the Colts, I stay away from flash in the pans. Just start out and didn't do much last season. That's a little unpredictable for me. But however, the line is what dictates it. That's what makes the difference. That's why there is a line. And I don't think you got much advantage both times with the line. That was the only thing that I had to say. I thought it was a fair line. I look for a little bit of an edge on the line to begin with. That's the way I do things. That's something you might want to look at. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I believe that's it. Like I said, the trade deadline was today, so I had a few moving parts, but the big ones were the Jets with Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner. Breece Hall stays with the Jets. A lot of people thought he was going to get traded to a contender like the Chiefs, their running back. Like I said, Jacoby Myers, he goes from the Raiders to the Jags. Should help out there with Travis Hunter being put on IR. Rashichi, he goes from the Saints to the Seahawks. Brings a lot of speed and some help to JSN on the wide receiver end of things. So we'll see how the new pieces fit in, I guess.
With the Jets?
Well, yeah. Well, just in general, see how all these new players do on their new teams.
You got 2 good defensive players that are gone.
Yeah, I mean.
And the Jets had an okay defense last year. The year before, they were really good.
Yeah, 2 years ago, that was the cornerstone of their team. That was their calling card.
And then with that quarterback,
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I've never seen a worse quarterback since Dieter Brock. But anyway,
I always said if the Jets had like the 25th best quarterback instead of the absolute worst, they would have made the playoffs.
Well, how I see that game going is I don't see the Jets being able to stop anybody at all. And I think the Browns are going to run up and down the field.
Yeah.
They don't have a great offense, but they can put up points when they have to.
Yeah, definitely not a fantastic.
But who knows who they have in reserve?
That's what I'm saying,
That's the way I see it. That's why I speculated on the total. I don't see it going under. And I see the Jets kicking a lot of field goals.
Yeah, that would not be shocking at all.
No, I see that happen, but I see the Browns running up and down the field.
Yeah, the Jets have had like 2 spurts on offense. A couple weeks ago against the Bengals, who I think me and you could score on.
I seriously doubt it.
And then the Steelers in week 1, they put up 38, I want to say. So,
all right, interactive. Put who you like up there. Let's discuss it. There's 2 people that have been with us for a very long time, and they've been putting their stuff up, and they've been interactive. I'd even like to have them on the show. I don't know where they're from. I did not ask. However, we could do it Zoom. We could do it StreamYard. We could do it.
Yeah, a lot of ways.
If they're in New York, welcome to come. And I want to hear some other point of view, some other opinions, and good luck this weekend. If we lose, I hope you win. Bye-bye.